So now we'll be beginning with our Windows commands practicals, and this is the file that has been provided to you all. So let's begin with Windows practicals. So Windows commands, where are these commands to be executed? They are to be executed in command prompt. That is most basic setup. It was used during the times of MS-DOS in 1990s when GUI, graphical user interface, was not available. This mouse and all these things were not available previously. So at that point of time, we used to use the command setup, and we are going to see how these basic commands work in our command prompt. So this is something that is a part of our syllabus. So we have to execute all the commands that have been given to us. So let's try doing this. So very first thing is mainly that you have to start your command prompt. So over here on the start button, you come and search for something called as CMD. CMD is an abbreviation for command prompt, and here is a command prompt. Double click it and this begins. Okay, so from this, now we will be beginning over here. If you see, there is C users test. Okay, so I will just get back. Okay, so we'll begin from here, C users test. So first command that we are going to see is something called as, it's mentioned over here that start, but we will be seeing for something called as CD. Okay, CD stands for change directory. Changing the directory means moving from one folder to another folder. Moving from one folder to another folder. We have to do it in the command prompt with the help of commands, not with the help of your mouse, not with the help of your graphical user interface. So how do we do this? So basically, the command is very simple: cd space the directory name. So let's first, right now we are in a directory called as C drive, in that users, in that test. Okay, now we need to go to our desktop. So how do we go to our desktop? So first thing, to go back to C drive, we will be having cd space dot dot. We move back. Where have we reached? We are out of this test folder. Now we are in the user folder. Okay, now again cd space dot dot. We move back from user folder to cd, to C drive only. So now we are in the C drive. So let's see where this C drive is. My local disk is right here. Okay, this is my C drive mainly. I go to C drive. Now where is this desktop? I guess it's in users test, and okay, desktop is right here. So what is the link for my desktop? Right here is right here. Okay, so this is my desktop. So I have to move from my C drive to users to test, and from test inside in my desktop. So this is the link that I need to use. So I will just copy this link, come right here and just put cd space my link, and I will reach my desktop. So now where am I? I'm inside C drive, I'm inside users, then I'm inside test, and I'm inside desktop. And this is the link that we use really right here. Okay, we just copy pasted it. So this is how you all can reach that particular place. Okay, so now we are in the desktop folder, we are on the desktop. So now we'll start with our working part. So that is nothing but how your changing directory works. So if from desktop I have to move to some another folder, that is also possible, but that I will be showing to you all in a while. So the very first thing that I'm going to do on my desktop right here, this is my desktop folder. Okay, this is my desktop folder right here. This is something how it looks. Okay, so it's the same which you all see over here. This is something that you see over here. So it's the same part, just I have opened it in the folder format just for a better understanding part. So okay, so this is how this is. So now in this desktop I want to start a file. We go to our very first command right here, start command. Basically we have to start a notepad file. Okay, start a notepad file. Okay, so we are going to start a notepad file on our desktop, and the name of that file will be myfile.txt. You can name it whatever you want. So start notepad, and the name of the file I'll just give it abcd.txt. वहां पे myfile.txt है, I'm just leaving abcd.txt and I press enter. If you notice, a notepad application has started and it's prompting me a message, do you want to create a new file? I will say yes, I want to create a new file, and the file abc has been created, if you notice. So, and I can just go back right here. Okay, so if you notice, this abc file which we created right now is right here. It was not there previously in the desktop, but it's there. So that is how this file is. We will try one more time with another file. Start notepad. We can have some another file, that is chalo my file. We'll have myfile.txt. If you notice, my file is right now not there in the list out here on my desktop, so I will just press enter. I will say a yes, and my file will be created. And over here, if you notice, this is my file, right, being highlighted at this moment. So this is how you can, have your files created with the start command. Okay, for notepad. You all can do it for some another part like wordpad also. Let's do it for wordpad. Let's see if it happens. I'm not sure, but we can try it. My file one.txt might be, and you notice that WordPad has started. So this is how you can start some application with the start command from your CMD. So this is how your CMD mainly works. Okay, coming to the next part, we are right now in the desktop. Let's do the next command which has been specified to us, and that is nothing but our date. So it's very simple. It's given right here. How do we put the date command? So we come over here and we put date, and we will be seeing the current date of today's date basically. So that is it. If you all want to change the date, you all can do it. Otherwise, I will recommend not to do it. Otherwise, it might change the settings of your PC. The next part that has been told us to do is nothing but time. So it's going to display the current time, and the syntax is also very simple as given right here. So just go and type time, and you will see the time. You all can enter a new time, but preferably don't do it. Otherwise, it will change the settings. Okay. Next part is nothing but version. What does a version do? It tells you the version of the DOS mainly. So let's go and type something called as var, and you will see the version of Windows that is there. So that is the version of Windows. And then we move to okay, we saw CD, we saw version, we saw time, we saw date. Now we will be seeing something called as MD and remove directory and so on. So let's see how do we do this part. So here we are. Now we'll go to MD. MD stands for make directory. This commands help us create a new directory, that is nothing but a new folder. So the syntax is very simple. Over here, MD and then the name of the directory. So that they are specifying that MD report. So we have to create a folder called as report. And where are we going to create it? In on a desktop. How do we know where are we creating it? See, I have just specified the link. We are in the desktop. So over here we are going to create it. यहाँ पे रिपोर्ट करके कोई फोल्डर है नहीं है, यहाँ पे हम रिपोर्ट करके एक फोल्डर बनाएंगे. So how do we do this? We just come over here and type md space report, and let's get back to our desktop. If you notice, there is a folder called as report which is right now empty. So yes, we have a folder called as report. We could do the make directory, that is create a folder. Now we want to get inside this particular folder. How do we get inside this particular folder? How do we cruise into this particular folder? With the help of cd, that is nothing but change directory. So it helps us. So cd space directory name. So in this case, our directory that we created is report. So let's go. So this directory is on your desktop, that everybody of us knows. It's on the desktop right here. So from desktop, I'm going to go inside report folder. How do we do this? We do this by this command called as cd space report and press enter. Now where am I? I'm right here inside report. If you see, this was C users test desktop. Now it is C users test desktop report. And how do I get back from report? Very simple. Cd space dot dot Now from report, I am back to my desktop. The report is done. So I'm back to my desktop. So this is how you all can change the directory maybe. Okay. So the next part that we have is RD, remove directory. So if you want to remove some directory, how do we do this? So we created report. So we'll now remove report. So report is right here in front of us. Now we are going to remove this report. For that, the command is rd remove directory, rd space directory name, that is nothing but rd space report. So let's go and rd space report. Let's see what is the impact. If you notice, report has vanished. So report is removed. That folder is particularly removed. So that is how you all can do the report command. And the next command that we have is nothing but cls. It basically clears the stream. So let's type this. This is the syntax, very basic syntax. Let's see what happened. Cls, enter. The stream is cleared completely. Okay. So that is how cls works. Okay, so the next command that we need to understand is type. Type is a command used to display the contents or a text of any file. Okay, so for this we require text file. So because it displays the contents of any file. So let's see which file, which text file we do really have on a desktop. We have something called as try, which should contain some data. Okay, try contains some data and it is a text file. It's a try a notepad file. So let's use this command type dot file name, type dot textfile dot txt. So here we go and type try dot txt. If you notice, it displays the data from that particular text file, and this is what type says. This command is used to display the contents or the text of any file to display on the device, but it will, where will it display the data? In your command prompt. So that is how your type works. Then the next part is basically copy. Copy command is used to copy any file to another location, or from one file to another file. So we will be, copy is basically from source file, that is the main file jahan se aapko copy karna hai, to the target file where you want to get copied from, and to, from and to, from where you want to get copied to where you all will be, pasting it mainly. So that is what we need to do. So we have some data over here in try file, that is hello I am human. Okay, so my try file has some data. Does my abc file have any data? No. So from this try I will be pasting data into abc. From this try I will be pasting data into abc. So that's what they have mentioned. So let's go over here and do it. Copy. So copy says from source file to target file. So from source file. So let's go to our source file. So we come over here and we update copy. Copy. Our source file is the try file, which contains some data, try.txt, to abc, which is a blank file, abc.txt, and just pressed enter. Overwrite abc.txt. It will say yes, we will say yes, and it will say one file copied. So let's go and see whether our abc is updated or not. If you notice, abc now contains the same text as your try. So this is your try file, and now this is also your abc file, which contains the same data. So basically the data is copied. So that is how your basically copy works. Okay, then we have something called as rename. Rename is basically used to change the name of any file or directory. It is, for file or directory. So we'll try on the file. So ये जो try file है, इसको हम अलग से नाम देंगे. इसको हम नाम देते हैं file. Okay, this name will give file. So let's use the rename command. So let's, use this command, rename, basically from one file name to another file name. So let's go and do this. We are going to change the name of try.txt to file.txt. So does this change? Let's see. If you notice, try is missing and file is updated. So basically the name has been changed. So that is how your rename commands works. Now delete is used for erasing any file from the folder. So let's delete some file. So which we have abc, we have file, and we have my file. So we'll delete something called as my file. So let's use delete, del, my file dot txt. Let's see. If you see, the my file is missing, my file is no more available. So basically my file has been deleted. So here we have typed some data, and we are going to do it on file basically. So here we come, and so we know this that c will tell us, slash c will tell us the display the count of the lines contained in the string. So let's go and put the word we want to find in inverted commas, and then specify the file name, that is nothing but file.txt, as the file syntax has been telling us. So with this, enter. Yes, we have the data on 2 lines. Let's go and verify it. Yes, robot is available on 2 lines. So that is how things will be displayed. So that's, you all can use any of these options and find out. Okay, last and final one, DOS T can't be used. It needs special permission, so that is not possible. So you all can just study it, remember that. So that is it for your Windows command.